As you're aware, one of our Queensland Baptist churches is going to be running a Changemakers program up in Townsville this year, and I was wondering if you had any words of wisdom for a church pastor or ministry leader here joining us today who might be considering starting a transformational project of some kind, or they're just not really sure where to start. What would you want to offer in terms of wisdom from your perspective?
Yeah, so I love the Changemakers program. We've done lots of them now. They're a kind of incubation program. So they're incubating the ideas for change that people come with, but they start with, where have you been? What have you experienced? What are your strengths? And then you start to think about the why. Why do we want to make a difference? What is at the centre of that? And then we start to discern what's the right kind of methods and then the right kind of support that we need. And so the process is a beautiful process. It starts, I think, for local ministers and Christians, thinking about who is in our community that has some potential. The role, it's Brené Brown that says, a leader is anyone who sees potential in people and processes and has the courage to take responsibility to see that potential released. And I think anyone can actually be that kind of leader. And Changemakers is set up to make it easy for you. Can you nominate an emerging leader? They feel great about being nominated. They feel special about being part of a cohort. They get to meet other people who are facing similar struggles in other communities, and a camaraderie kind of emerges and a confidence emerges. And when they pitch their idea at the end, it's not quite Dragon's Den or what's it called, Shark Tank, but it is a resource panel who can give cash or connections or coaching or constructive comments that'll help that work. Now, part of the challenge for Changemakers, it doesn't work by itself alone. You need to have a flourishing local seedbed that is really taking seriously the ecosystem in a neighbourhood. And so what you don't want people to do is kind of come through this experience, pitch their idea, and there's no support, there's no appreciation of what people have. So those are the things I'd be saying. Can we develop a proper local seedbed that will help the flourishing of the whole community? And can we nominate a number of people? It's best not to have an individual by themselves, but to come with people. And we're all up for pastors coming with them and going through the process themselves as well. Quite often it gives the confidence for people to come together and as long as people go through the process. There's also coaching one-on-one, and then there's these three intensives: compassion, innovation, resilience, and then the pitch. So what I would say is that you kind of trust the process, the incubation process. It is about the project, but what you find is it's about the person. And they get to, this self-awareness happens, these connections with other people happen, this confidence emerges, and that's such a springboard into seeing change happen.